What does it actually look like when a clothing brand pulls in over $250,000 in revenue in 1 month? In this behind the scenes strategy call, I'm working with Any Means Necessary, a purpose-driven streetwear brand that's scaling like crazy, but still wrestling with the same challenges that you probably are. Selling out of inventory faster than they can restock, ad performance all over the place, and TikTok shop, still a little bit of a mystery. This isn't theory, this is a real conversation. I'm gonna show you guys behind the scenes what actually happened that we had to figure out.
My whole point for this, and I appreciate you guys, is just want to talk strategy where you guys are at.
Also, just as a side note, they were not always doing well. Before they joined us in our program, they were not in a great spot. We've turned this thing around, so this numbers were not always looking like this. This is a real conversation. We had to figure out how do we take this brand from doing multiple six figures and push it even further profitably. It's an important part. So if you're running a clothing brand, this one is absolutely loaded. Let's get into it. All right, so we're jumping into the real session right here. I'll break it down section by section and call out exactly what's working and maybe some other insight as well.
I see you got a boss back there.
I do. Grace, you want to say hi? This is Erin.
Hi. What was the name?
School today. Her name's Gracie. We're heading to Disney World next week, so I'm not trying to get her sick.
Ah, yes. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
You'll probably see mine running in here soon.
As
well.
What's up, Mike?
All right, so we always start with the human stuff. These calls are about more than numbers, right? And honestly, I'm a small town kid from Kansas, so we really just want to have a good relationship with these people. And what does that mean to me? I think the people are more important than the dollars. The dollars come from knowing these people. So we always start out with normal, what's happening in people's lives. So they're about people building brands. That's exactly what Any Means Necessary does. They're blending that streetwear with purpose. There's a lot of people who are battling kind of these inner demons, anxiety, stress type of situations. And Sean and Mikey here. So Sean's more of an artist, and Mikey helps on basically all the business and operations side of things as well, and work along with Sean with the ads. But even with momentum, they came into this call with one big question. How do we scale without burning our ads or our team? And like I said, this is a call that was post one that things started to turn around, but I think it's still great for you guys to get some insight as well.
We don't have the hardback in stock because it's sold out. So we're on pre-order now. I did implement the email that would be sent out immediately after they purchase the hardback. They get the PDF plus the discount code. And it seems like we've had like 200 and something people open up that email and
Cool.
watch. And there's a personal video of me thanking them like you recommended. So as far as that seems to be working, I haven't seen any type of money earned from it, like from using the discount code. But it's still like, I think it's good to have. That way it has something to hold them over. I put a whole spiel on like, it sucks you have to wait till May, but here's the PDF so you can at least get familiar with it. So then once you get the hardback, you'll be able to, be more familiar with where parts are in the book.
All right, so let's start with retention. They mentioned that a little bit right here. So they set up a post-purchase email that delivers the book. So Sean has written a book that goes along with their apparel and delivers it instantly via a PDF, because right now they have sold out of the book. So there's two things that happen. Prior to this call, we actually had a conversation about them selling out of the book that goes along with the apparel and for their audience. And the biggest issue was that, hey, if it goes on pre-order, sales are going to go down. So we decided to add in a PDF version of this. And there's a thank you video from Sean on there telling them about the book and thanking them for that. So they get a PDF right away, and then the book will be on its way after that.
We also picked up on retention, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's been tremendous. So from them alone, we've generated almost $11,000 from their Reclaim and their Grow avenue. And we've gained almost 5,000 new contacts using them. Definitely worth it. I'm always worried about like having to pay another company for more stuff, but I know you recommended them. And within like the first 2 weeks, we'd already made over like $2-3 grand on their like Reclaim stuff. So it's like just another thing that adds to our, getting people to keep purchasing and coming back.
Talking through retention, And if you are somebody who's basically got about 10,000 people to your homepage per month, this starts to make sense for you. If not, don't worry, when you get there, it will. We're about to share numbers on here, we will. So retention is a great app because it will take all the people who have lurked on your site. This is for mostly US-based companies, but they will take all the lurkers on your site, and within a flow, you can send emails automatically. Call was actually recorded towards the middle to late March. From just setting it up from the beginning of March, it made $11,000 for them. So not something to shy away from at this point. It's actually some legit numbers here. Retention is going super well. There's actually a link in the description down below for retention. We are partners with them, so I did tell, obviously, they're our program members. I told them about it, and it's making them some money. By the way, if you are new here, I just want to say a quick hey, howdy, and hello. I'm Aaron, one of the co-founders here at Bet Branding. We specialize in helping clothing brands like you grow and scale online, and we've helped over 300 brands in the last year alone. If you want more data-backed ad strategies, make sure to hit that nice little like and subscribe. And if you do that, in the next 30 seconds, I'll share with you one of the coolest jackets that was ever made for the kids in the 90s and the 2000s growing up. Everybody knew about these, but maybe not you. You know what jacket I'm talking about?
You have to be talking about the Star Jacket.
Yes, sir. All right, so if you're selling hoodies or tees, don't sleep on this. That post-purchase moment is the perfect time to share your story and build a deeper connection. The best time for somebody to buy is like literally when they just took a purchase or when they just made a purchase. So takeaway for this, add a personalized thank you message after every single purchase. You can create a video one time, obviously. You can include a digital value piece, right? It could be a lookbook, a playlist, a story PDF. Get them emotionally invested before the actual next drop. Like I said, whether or not you're a streetwear brand or boutique or private label, the next time you drop a collection, it will help with the hype there.
And it seems like we've had like 200 and something people open up that email and
Cool.
watch. And there's a personal video of me thanking them like you recommended.
So retention and affiliate side of things, they implemented retention software, and within a few weeks we claimed over $11,000 and added 5,000 new contacts to their list. Then we looked at the affiliates, and this is where most brands honestly fumble. So the software they're using is called GoAff Pro. It's free. I believe they're in a version where they're not paying for it. The biggest thing here is that Mikey's a little frustrated with having to manually pay people out. If you pay for it, there's an option for you to not have to worry about that. But that is something you have to do, is manually pay these people out, which created some delays and is not necessarily scalable.
We use that GoAff Pro, but we're using I think the base model.
Yep.
So like Mikey has to go in and actually manually pay out everyone.
Also, because I go in and then I find that there's like,
Oh yeah, they're cheating the system.
I don't know what's going on, but it'll say like this person used your code. And then I'll look at the order and they didn't use a code.
Interesting.
Or they'll use their own code for themselves.
Yeah.
Because then they're getting 10% off and they're getting a 10% commission.
Yeah, or we get a bunch of fans that sign up and then they just use the code when they buy.
And honestly, that's fine too, because a purchase is a purchase. But I hear you. They're cheating the system a little bit.
Yeah, because like they're getting paid back. Like they're getting 10% off, but then they're making 10%. So they're almost like getting paid to buy from us. Coupon hunters that like will sign up on like a bunch of different sites.
Yep.
Like I like GoApp Pro. I think if we paid for it, it would be more robust. I talked to Mikey about making it to where only we can accept who can be affiliates. So then random people just can't sign up. Like we would have to vet it and be like, okay, we approve of this person. I think that would cut down on that noise of people taking advantage. But the big one I think is also like automatic payments. So where he doesn't have to keep logging in. If we have like, let's say 100 affiliates, I don't want him to have to spend 30, 40 minutes having to go and pay each person manually.
Also, shout out to another brand called Ignition Speed. They have mastered our ambassador funnel and our affiliate funnel in addition to Any Means Necessary, where they're actually meeting with people like one-on-one, taking calls and like really getting them on like a street team, which we talk about here as well. If you're making your affiliate manager log in every week to pay people, that's not an affiliate program, that's an affiliate problem. So a couple of takeaways here. Upgrade to auto pay. Vet who gets access. Don't let coupon abusers in. That's the biggest thing that Mikey and them had, is that it was just on an auto accept. So we don't really want to do that. In the beginning stages, I think that's fine. You're just looking for volume. The other thing though I would suggest is to pay higher commissions chance to win the best creators, right? Give up a larger percentage for a bigger long-term advantage. All right, so if you're watching and realizing you're facing similar roadblocks with your clothing brand, the unpredictable ads, the inventory issues, marketing chaos, then you can book a free 45-minute strategy session with us. There's a link in the description down below. Spots are limited, so grab one right now before they fill up. See you guys on the other side. All right, so this is all about TikTok Shop. Honestly, this is untapped potential here. Now, they weren't really using TikTok Shop. They had done some TikTok posting previously, but I showed them exactly why it's an untapped opportunity, especially for apparel.
If you guys have not done anything, have you been playing around with at all with TikTok Shop at all?
Honestly, I haven't yet. I really wanted to get Meta locked in, which it seems like we do. So I'm not opposed to going back to TikTok. Like we have a TikTok Shop, and we'll get occasional purchases, but I don't know if I'm just dating myself in terms of age-wise. Like, I don't think in like brain rot style of TikTok.
Yeah.
And, like, I try to use just like the same traditional video type that we do for Meta and try to put that into TikTok, and they just don't seem to care as much. And
yeah. So I think the unlock for you guys there is not that you create the content. I think that's what could be possible, but I do think there's actually a gap in the TikTok world or the channel there. The ability for the person to come in and say, look, I'll like promote this product, and if I get enough people to drive traffic there, I'll get the product for free, and I'm going to get commissions for being basically like an affiliate here. And so I'd rather just treat this as an army where you guys just basically give away a really large percentage for people to create a ton of content around your brand because they think that they're going to get a huge payout from it. That's the unlock, I think, for you guys there.
You don't need to create content yourself. You need to build a creator army, if you will. So let creators earn big commissions and post authentic videos. You see this a lot now, at least it's viral for me, is like all these people with like ear pics and nose pic stuff, like cleaning out their ears and nose and eyes. I don't know, maybe I'm on a weird part of TikTok, but there's a lot of people getting high payouts because they're creating content about these things, and then the brand is paying those people to create UGC for them. That's the same thing that any means necessary, and you can do as well, is let other people make commissions off of selling your product. They can go create the content, the UGC, and then you can use that for the actual ads. That's what's working right now. And with a message like theirs tied to mental health, I feel like a lot of people on TikTok who are younger generation, they really could use some positive reinforcement for the mental health side of things. TikTok wants that content in the feed, and honestly, it's a positive way to look at, I would say, life in general, so it's big for them. A couple of quick takeaways from this, okay? Number one, open the TikTok Shop to creators. Make sure that you got that set up if you haven't yet. Focus on commission-based distribution. I would say the higher the commission, the better, depending on your margins. I would give up a large percentage. I wouldn't give them 10% or 15 or 20. I'd give them to 30, 40%. Let your message do the talking, not your actual budget here. They wanted to do their first ever April Fool's campaign, which I was a big fan of, and we went with the something simple. Sean is leaving the company. I put plain text. Don't make this look like a regular email. Make it look personalized. So in plain text only, no images, a personal tone, and let it do its thing to get a bunch of clicks. Give them, we set a 15% discount on the other side. In previous videos, like I said, you don't have to always give a discount, but I think that's something, it's a nice little surprise and delight, if you will. Sometimes your best performing email won't look like an email campaign. It'll look like a message from a friend. If you haven't tried that yet, especially with the clothing brand, I would highly suggest to do that. A couple of takeaways for you. Number one, test the plain text formats for emotional impact. Use curiosity to drive the clicks, if you will. Depending on when this video goes out, if you haven't done April Fool's, or depending on when this goes out, make sure to potentially use this as a strategy for yourself. Always tie the punchline back to the offer. You gotta make sure that it's extremely clear that you have a good offer for them on the other side too. Doing all that, like, knockout punch and doing something hard and you got their attention, that you don't do an offer or send people back is honestly just a waste of time. All right, one of the things that we did too inside of Ads Manager was go over and we created a first time impressions metric. Then we looked at their ad creative and I introduced a metric most brands don't even track. Like I said, first time impression rate. It tells you when your ad is still finding new people or just showing the same creative over and over to people who have already seen it. I really don't want to show my ad to the same people over and over again. I got other stuff for that, email, SMS, to retain people. Now, if this number drops below 60%, your ad, it's not that it's dying. It is dying, but it's not dead yet. So create the next piece of creative. You'll see that for every video that we ever create, you need creative diversification and you need volume of it. So a lot of different types of creative, and continue to add that volume here. Add the first time impressions to your meta reporting. I break down exactly how you should do it on the video. Replace the creatives early. Don't wait for the ROAS to tank here. Keep adding in new content every single week. Keep the top of the funnel fresh, fast, and scroll stopping, if you will, right? You gotta, what's that thumb stopping thing? What's gonna stop them there? We actually even have, if you guys comment the word foreplay, it's a link to a bunch of the best creative that I have used and found. And so you can see all of these hooks that people have used and mimic them for yourself because they will catch people's attention. So if you want that, just comment the word foreplay down below. I'll send that over to you. So what's next for Any Means Necessary? All right, more creative testing. We're gonna set up a full TikTok shop rollout. We have a PDF version of the TikTok shop and the checklist of what needs to be done. If you want that too, honestly, just comment the word TikTok down below and I will send you the checklist that we created that we're gonna be sending over to Any Means Necessary. And new product drops are gonna happen for them, designed to be hero items, not just filler pieces. Their goal now is to make every drop more profitable before they restock anything else. A couple of takeaways from this. They're gonna plan their next hero product before fatigue sets in. Obviously, they've done well with a couple of main products and then this book. They're gonna treat their email and TikTok as acquisition channels, not just retention. So ironically, retention is the tool that we use as an acquisition because those are bringing in new customers, not just existing. So with retention, we can get people who aren't customers. With regular email, Klaviyo, which we suggest, you're gonna get people to come back. The welcome series, etc. Email for me is about getting people to come back and purchase. Retention is about acquiring the new customers, that little lift, if you will, that helps pay for the ad spend. As you start to get into revenue levels like this, you have to start to build systems so that you can scale for later, preparing for later. Look, if you're a clothing brand pushing for real growth, not just vanity metrics and this ROAS stuff that doesn't really matter, right? What's the overall business help? You already know how valuable conversations like this can be. This wasn't a highlight reel, it was real stuff. If you want to learn how to run ads and scale your brands to millions of dollars per year, go watch this step-by-step video on how to run Instagram ads right here next. All right, y'all, hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching. All right, we'll see you next time. And P.S., make sure you subscribe.